Most side hustles in 2026 have one problem. They either take too long, cost too much to start, or are way harder than people online pretend they are. So in this video, I'm breaking down 7 beginner-friendly side hustles that still have real opportunity, including one you can start this weekend with almost no setup, and one that looks profitable at first, but quietly destroys beginners because of one mistake almost nobody talks about. Let's get into it. The first one is probably the most overlooked easy money side hustle on this list, and weirdly enough, that's exactly why it still works. Here's the idea. Big, bulky items like mattresses and furniture get returned all the time, and sometimes it costs companies more money to ship those items back than it's worth. So instead, they work with local reps. That's where the opportunity comes in. Companies like ShareTown explain that reps pick up returned items, list them locally, then keep profit after the sale. And the reason beginners like this model is simple. You're not creating a product, building a brand, or waiting 6 months for traffic. You're flipping demand that already exists. For example, someone picks up a returned mattress, lists it for a few $100 locally, and sells it within a couple days. Simple. Now, obviously, there's a catch. You need a vehicle, storage space, and the ability to move heavy items. So this immediately fails the reality test for some people. And that's important because one thing you'll notice throughout this video is the best side hustle isn't the one that sounds coolest. It's the one that actually fits your current situation. Now, here's where the 3-number filter comes in. Demand, strong. People constantly buy furniture locally. Margin, potentially excellent. Velocity, usually fast if priced correctly. That's why this one works. And one small trick that actually matters, a ShareTown rep interviewed by Side Hustle Nation mentioned deleting and reposting listings if items stop getting traction. That's amazing. Tiny adjustment, but a huge difference. But the next hustle is completely different. And it's also where beginners lose money faster than almost anywhere else on this list. Number 2, Amazon Retail Arbitrage. This is a side hustle almost everybody hears about first. Buy low in stores, sell higher on Amazon. Sounds easy, and technically it is simple. But simple and safe aren't the same thing, because in 2026, the biggest problem with Amazon arbitrage is not finding products, it's surviving the platform rules. Amazon Seller Central guidance makes it very clear. For many categories, they may require invoices from authorized distributors if your account gets flagged. Translation: a random retail receipt might not protect you, friend. And this is where beginners get crushed. They watch hype videos, buy inventory too aggressively, then they realize they don't fully understand fees, restrictions, or compliance. So if you try this, treat it like learning a system, not printed money. Here's the beginner version. Start tiny. Use the Amazon Seller app, scan products, learn the fee structure, learn what good margins actually look like after fees. For example, you buy something for $10, you sell it for $25, and maybe you keep $5 to $8 profit after fees. That's not life-changing, but that's how you develop product instincts. And this is important. Avoid restricted or high counterfeit categories at the beginning. Those are dangerous because this hustle fails instantly if your account gets shut down. Now, personally, this is one of the highest stress side hustles on this list, which is why the next one is way more beginner friendly if your goal is simply making money quickly. Number 3, local flipping. This is still one of the fastest ways for beginners to turn time into cash because unlike Amazon, you don't need approval, inventory systems, or complicated platform rules. You just need speed, good photos, and basic judgment. And resale culture is much bigger now than people realize. Used marketplaces move inventory constantly, especially if your listings actually look good. And honestly, most people fail at local flipping for one hilarious reason. Their photos are terrible. That's it. Same item, different presentation, different result. For example, someone buys a dresser for $40, cleans it, takes better photos, lists it properly, and sells it for $120. The profit was not the dresser. The profit was the presentation. That's why your listing should look clean, bright, and simple. Think Airbnb photos, not crime scene evidence. And from a 3-number perspective, demand is extremely strong. Margin, it's good if you buy correctly. And velocity, it's very fast on the right items. Now, the next one is for people who hate inventory completely, and it's also where scams explode if you don't know what to watch for. Number 4, contract gigs. Most people think of Indeed as normal jobs. But if you search strategically, it becomes much more interesting because companies constantly need temporary help, freelancers, contract workers, and project-based support. And in slower hiring markets, contract work becomes even more attractive. Now, here's the beginner mistake. People apply randomly. Instead, search using intent. Search for contract, freelance, temporary, part-time, then combine that with a usable skill. Admin, customer support, bookkeeping, design, Excel, operations, etc. Even basic skills can turn into short-term income. And here's the most important rule. If someone asks you to deposit a check and send money back, fake check scam immediately. The FTC literally warns about this exact setup. And this is why I included this hustle on the list. Not because it's flashy, because it's realistic. A lot of side hustle content online ignores the difference between possible and practical. This one is practical. But the next hustle is where things start getting scalable. Number 5, print on demand. This is where beginners start building digital leverage. You create designs, list products, and fulfillment companies handle production and shipping after a customer buys. That's why people love this model. You're not packing boxes every day. And platforms like Etsy still have massive demand, but this hustle has one huge trap though. People copy instead of creating, and that's the fastest way to lose your business, especially with trademarks and copyrighted designs. So if you try this, focus on originality. Simple beats complicated anyway. One niche, one angle, 5 to 10 listings, that's enough to test demand. And this is also where the 3-number filter becomes powerful. Demand, easy to validate on Etsy. Margin depends heavily on fees and pricing. And velocity depends almost entirely on your niche selection. That's why this is not really a design business, it's a research business. And honestly, the next hustle might be the most valuable long-term on this entire list. Number 6, monetize your knowledge. This one compounds. Slowly at first, then aggressively later. Because once you build an audience, every piece of content becomes an asset. And most beginners massively underestimate this. You don't need to be the world's top expert. You just need to know slightly more than the beginner you're helping. Budgeting, fitness basics, meal prep, Excel, AI tools, job interview prep, anything useful can work. And the smartest part of this model is you're building something you own, especially if you move viewers into an email list, because audiences compound over time. One video becomes more subscribers, more trust, more traffic, more leverage, and eventually digital products, affiliate income, communities, or coaching. But there's one final hustle that might actually be the fastest way on this entire list to generate real money immediately. Number 7, home services. This is the least glamorous option here, but that's exactly why it works. Pressure washing, gutter cleaning, simple local services. Boring? Yes. Profitable? Also yes, because most people avoid businesses that involve physical effort, which means competition locally is often weaker than online, and pricing can add up fast. Even basic pressure washing jobs can pay surprisingly well depending on the area and size of the work. Now, here's what I like about this model. You can use local services to fund bigger long-term assets later. That's smart. Instead of waiting 6 months for an online business to maybe work, you create cash flow first, then you reinvest. And the startup requirements are often simple: basic tools, reliability, and showing up consistently. That alone already separates you from a lot of competitors, but safety matters here. Ladders matter. Insurance matters. And if something feels unsafe, skip the job. No side hustle is worth getting injured over. Now, let's make this practical. Remember earlier when I mentioned the 3-number filter? This is the framework I'd personally use before committing to any side hustle. Demand, margin, velocity. Are people actively buying? Can you make enough profit after fees and costs? And does the money move quickly enough to matter? If the answer is no to one of those, be careful. Now, here's the biggest mistake beginners make. They try 3 or 4 things at once. That destroys momentum. Instead, pick one method, just one. Then, spend the first week learning the platform. Study listings, watch pricing, understand the system. The next 2 weeks, execution, list products, apply to gigs, post content, offer services, do the reps. Then the final week becomes optimization. Better photos, better listings, better outreach. That's the stage most people never reach, which is exactly why most people think nothing works. But if you follow a real 30-day testing cycle, you'll already be ahead of people who spent that same month only consuming content. And if you want help building one of these properly, I've got a community linked below where people are actively working on this stuff in real time. Also, comment 1 through 7 and tell me which method you want me to break down step by step in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.